What's up, guys, and welcome back to TD Fins Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter at TD Fins Talk and YouTube TD Fins Talk. And you can also see my content on DolphinsTalk.com, ladies and gentlemen. We are live again, and I can tell you now the notifications probably didn't come through again. Oh boy, here we go. But anyway, we're just gonna keep on rolling, guys. Sorry about the notifications, everybody who's gonna watch this video late. I don't know what it is with YouTube, but no notification this time. What's up, Joe? I see you in the chat. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the room, guys. We're going to be talking trade rumors, what's actually realistically possible, and what are those ones where people are talking about where just get out of here with all of that craziness. But it's a lot of good things to talk about, especially highlighted by Laramie Tunsil and Jadeveon Clowney, that conversation. What's up, Jersey Dolphin? What happened, Jersey? You telling me to wait? What's going on? Oh, never mind. LOL. Did you get a notification, though? Let me know if you got a notification, man. Possibly not. But, guys, no. Nope. Wow. Well, that's what they're doing to me today. With a no notification squad. Maybe later they'll turn it back on. But we shall see. Jose Cruz didn't get one. Karen didn't get one. Would you trade Tunsil for Clowney? Hey, Nick, we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it, man. Oh, my gosh. Would you? Would you? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Would y'all trade him? Man. Would y'all trade him? Say, hell no. Nah, no way. Still's around. Okay. All right. Okay. I can't wait. Oh, man. Let me see something, man. Hell no. No chance in hell. Wow, huh? Man, what is this? I'm sorry. I'm pulling up my information real quick. That's clear. All right. No chance. No chance. Stills and Drake for Clowney. Describe me hit that like button. Hell no. I'm fine with us trading Jones though. Greetings, everyone. Man. So the overall consensus is y'all wouldn't trade Laramie Tunsil for Jadeveon Clowney. That's what y'all telling me, man. And y'all are emphatic about it. Y'all are just straight up. It is what it is. Absolutely not, huh? I'm curious. In the top 100 players in the NFL, what was Laramie Tunsil's number? Ton in his prime. And Clowney not? Okay. Anybody know? Sorry, TD. Clowney, in my opinion, is not what we need. Okay. Tunsil is too good and young. Okay. Well, y'all keep saying too good and young. How old is Clowney? How old is Jadeveon Clowney? Is he not good and young? I mean, are they not even like the same age or something? Man, that dude sucked with Watts next to him. But nobody answered my question. In the top 100 players in the NFL, what number is Laramie Tunsil? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody, huh? Michigan Wolverines will tell you different, TD. Hey, come on now. Somebody gotta let us know. What number? He got robbed. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I knew. Yeah, get Clowney. He a beast. And the Flores D, man, get him. Tunsil wasn't it. Top 100. He got robbed. All right. Fair. I mean, we could say he got robbed. That's fair, okay? But what number is Jadeveon Clowney in the top 100? Clowney would be good, but not for losing Tunsil. You can't fill a hole to create another. Oh, man. Let me go ahead and put my thinking cap on and talk to y'all, man. All right, listen. Let me tell y'all why I'm talking about this, first of all. And don't get mad at me, all right? Let me tell y'all why I'm talking about this. I received a tip last night from somebody close, very close to the organization, that basically told me that they're talking about this. And the individual, she told me straight up, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I wanted to throw you a nugget and let you know that they are talking about this. I told the individual that I can't quote anything. I can't say that, hey, the Dolphins talk about this, because this is the first time I'm actually, getting information from you, and I don't know how. I know you're a part of what you're a part of, and I don't want to get a person away too much. I know you're close, not close, but you're close to the situation. But I'm not going to sit here and go on my channel and start talking about the Dolphins are talking about trading Tunsil for Clowney. But this individual did tell me this is being discussed. Being discussed, and she said out her own mouth. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. I'm just letting you know that it is being discussed. And I told her, how confident are you in this and who are you getting it from? And that's when I got the cold shoulder and was told, cannot disclose that whatsoever. And I said, well, you got to understand, I'm not coming with no hard concrete news or anything to say that this is real, but I will throw out the idea. And she basically said, your choice. I'm just, once again, trying to throw you a little nugget. And I got to thinking all last night. I was going to go live last night. And then when this happened, I just got to thinking. I was like, would that even make sense? And when I sat back and I really thought about it, Jadeveon Clowney, the number 63rd player in the league. I started to feel like, man, we ain't trading no Tunsil. That would be stupid. And then I started to feel like, TD, you're contradicting yourself in everything you've been discussing by saying that. You told everybody that this team is going to focus on the defense first and have one of the best defenses in the league before they even consider really major upgrades to the offense. And I started to think, is Jadeveon Clowney a great fit in this defense? And I was like, I ain't got to think. I already said he was. In a Flores-type defense to generate nothing but havoc pressure, it may not translate into sacks, but havoc pressure and linebacker play as well, because he dual. Jadeveon Clowney is actually a perfect fit in this defense. So everybody who's saying he wouldn't fit in this defense, he's not the type of player, I couldn't disagree more. I could not disagree more. I'm telling you, I could not disagree. Matter of fact, I don't want to say perfect, but almost a perfect player in this defense. First of all, do you already see what we have on this defense? And to sit there and say you added a Jadeveon Clowney on this defense right here, this defense right here, and then I said, no, well, you got to do your due diligence, CD. What about the money? Jadeveon Clowney might even be worth every bit of $20 million a year. He probably going to want a deal around $20 million a year. And I'm like, trading Tunsil, we were looking at possibly giving this man, hold on. I need to see something. I need to see for left tackles. Highest paid LT in NFL. With the deal, Lewin becomes the highest paid left tackle in the league, surpassing the 4-year $62 million. Well, how much did the man get? Hold on. Let's see. What is the highest paid left tackle in the league? All right. In Tennessee, Tannehill. In Tennessee, 5-year deal worth $80 million. So that's $16 million a year. You would be trading potentially a 16, a 17, because the market's going to be a little higher next year. You would be trading somebody who you're probably going to have to give $17 million a year to for Jadeveon Clowney, who you're going to have to give $20 million a year to. And as soon as I said that, I got nervous. I ain't gonna lie, because I don't want Tunsil to go. Let me get that straight now. I want Tunsil on this roster. But I got nervous. Because I was like, we're trading away $15 million, a possible $17 million a year guy in Tunsil when his comes up, for a $20 million a year guy in Clowney. So we're trading Tunsil for somebody we're gonna have to pay $3 million more, and some would argue he's a better player in the league. I get that. But $3 million different? Oh my God, don't tell me TJ McDonald has something to do with this. I got nervous. I don't know. You know this is all speculation right here. But I was like, don't tell me this TJ McDonald release has something to do with it, as far as clearing cap for the future as well, and maintaining a high level of cap going forward. Please don't tell me that. And then I said, let me go online and see if there's any Clowney Tunsil trade rumors. And I'm like, oh, people have been talking about this for 2 days. Wow. And then I see the front runners, and they talk about there's only 3 teams in contention. Only 3 teams that can actually make it work. The Eagles, but they can only get them for 1 year. They will be trading a lot of assets to get Clowney for 1 year. The reason why is because they have $18 million in cap space right now, which they can get Clowney, because he's due to make 15 point something this year, but they got 18 million available. But the problem is they can't do him long term because Wentz is about to get a mega deal that he'll be up for next year, and they need that 18 million to carry over. Eagles need to have it wouldn't work for money long term. They have to give Wentz his mega deal. And they're going to need that 18 million, at least a portion of it, to carry over. They're going to need it to carry over. So that's the problem that they're dealing with. Then I saw an article that said the only realistic destinations are not those where you can trade away draft picks, but those where you can trade away a player. And there are only 2 teams in the NFL that have what they would want or need to make that trade happen. That's Washington Redskins for their offensive lineman, and the Miami Dolphins for their offensive lineman, Laramie Tunsil. The only 2 teams where this would make sense and work. And I got nervous, man. I was like, oh my gosh, is something in the works here? And then I got even more nervous because then I start feeling like evidence has been around us. See, the TJ McDonald thing was a little small, minor. Like, could that be? Nah, whatever. I ain't going to attribute it to it, even if it was, but I ain't going to attribute it to it. But then I'm like, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong here. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. What is one reason outside of protecting them? Y'all follow me here. What is the only other reason outside of protecting them? Because usually nobody is protected like this. We've never seen this level of protection usually in the NFL for you not playing your left tackle in the preseason games. For us not to play Laramie Tunsil in these preseason games, what are the only reasons that could be for? And a lot of us, of course, will jump to the conclusion of just making sure he don't get hurt. They protected him. He ain't got no injuries. Everybody in this NFL plays in preseason. Brady plays in preseason. I don't care if it's one series. But sometimes they protect someone that they were about to trade because they protect someone who's a huge trade asset. They don't want to risk injury that will derail a possible trade as well. Am I wrong there? I thought that maybe he was in the doghouse for some reason. Tunsil ain't in the doghouse at all. Tunsil's been a model citizen in the NFL. A steal in the draft, might I add. A steal in the draft. He played in the second game. Did he? Did he? In the second game against the Bucks? Oh, I didn't know that. I was there and I thought they sat him. If that's the case, then that's promising. That's very promising if he did. Three series? Oh, I didn't know that. With Rosen, huh? Man, if I would have knew that, I would have devalued Rosen play in the second preseason game even more. So Fitzpatrick is the one who never played with him, with Laramie Tunsil yet in preseason. Am I correct? Y'all help me out. So Fitzpatrick is the one who never played with Laramie Tunsil yet in preseason. Hasn't gotten a single snap with his left tackle. Am I correct in saying that? Yeah, that might be smart on Flores and them part. Hey, we got Rosen out there. He the future. Let's make sure he protected. Tunsil, you playing a few series. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. But that is good to hear because it does make me feel better. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm in a state of nervousness right now because maybe we're gonna find out today or tomorrow because there were reports came out that they will know within 48 hours if they're gonna make a deal for Clowney. They will know within 48 hours if they're gonna make a deal. Not the Dolphins, but the Houston will know. We need someone like Clowney. It's no question about it. It's just that, are you willing to risk your left tackle for it? Are you willing to risk your left tackle for it? But some people, I want to push back on this notion of, yeah, you get better on defense, but like some people think the team gets worse if you get Clowney and lose Tunsil. I honestly don't see the logic in that. Technically, you probably still get itty bit slightly better. And on top of that, isn't that the purpose and the goal? Isn't that the purpose and the goal? Now, I'm not sitting here advocating to trade Tunsil, none of that mess. But isn't that the goal? If you can go get this player for that player that you love, but bringing this one in and minus that will give you an itty bit improvement, just an itty bit improvement as an overall team versus not making a deal and staying where you are. Isn't that the goal, to always get better as a team? I mean, I would assume that's the goal. I've been telling y'all all this time, and I'm just waiting on it. I don't know what it's going to be, but I've been telling y'all all this time, something's going to happen. Some type of trade or something will happen before game 1 of the season. Now, if I'm stood correctly on that, then hey, it is what it is. But I've been saying all this time, we're not done yet. 1 or 2 deals are going to take place. Send steals and some picks and let's go. And we keep Tunsil. I don't know. The thing is, y'all have to understand how valuable picks are. Y'all, we just throw picks out there. Even if we sent Kenny Stills, we still might have to come out of pocket a first-round pick for a player like Clowney. Y'all don't understand how valuable a first-round pick is. It's not just because of the player. It's because you get a top player for 4 years at minimal dollars. That's what people underestimate. Even a first-round pick. You could be a first-round pick making about $6-7 million a year. It's the money. And you're right, Great One. Why would they want Kenny Stills? They don't need a receiver. They do not want a receiver. They're in dire wide receiver. No, well, let me look it up. Josh Rosen will be Dolphins starting QB. Agent Drew Rosenhaus predicts. First thing when I Google Dolphins. I saw that this morning. But you see the last word on that statement? Ain't no different from anybody else. It's no different from anybody in this chat section right now saying Rosen going to be the starter. Drew Rosenhaus saying that is no different from you saying it. He says predict. Predict. You're right. Will Fuller is injury prone, and who else? Stills in our second would get we got from New Orleans. I don't think the second is going to be enough. We talk about Jadeveon Clowney versus Kenny Stills, who I think still hasn't reached his ceiling, but some can argue due to age might be, especially with Flores coming out saying we weren't getting the play we wanted, could be on a decline. Bro, they got the best receivers in football and Fuller. Best? I mean, they legit, but I don't know about best. They need running backs. They lost Lamar Miller for the year for ACL. Oh my gosh, see, I ain't even think about that. I don't know why I ain't think about it. Don't tell me. Y'all know, y'all gonna call me a hater. Is Drake on the way out? No. Drake back in practice though. Morning time, TD. What about a second and a fifth and Drake? That's possible. They signed Jay Ajayi, our boy. They did? Okay. I don't know if that's going to make that much of a difference at this point. He's not the same person. He done took too much, and then he might be injury prone. The Texans don't benefit from a second and still. Listen, they will be losing Jadeveon Clowney. There will be a number one in front of some type of compensation. A draft pick has to be, a number one pick has to be in some type of compensation for this such type deal, all right? Tunsil has a chance to be a staple of the Miami Dolphins for a long time. Clowney can't stay on the field. Why do y'all say Clowney can't stay on the field? Why do y'all say that? Why do people say that? Best receiver in Hopkins. Yeah, I mean, they have, but I thought you said best receiving core altogether. I didn't know about that. Got to root for Ajayi now. Trading picks and steals instead of Tunsil would stack us with 2 big contracts. That's true too, but nothing's wrong with that, and here's why. I've been on the record to say I don't want to overpay and have these big contracts. But if you're doing it right throughout the whole team, you can afford to have 2, 3, or if you're perfect, 4 big contracts on your roster. I'm just not trying to get into 5, 6, 7, and 8 like we've done. You can have 2, 3, or 4 good contracts on the roster outside of quarterback, though, because that's a whole different story. You have quarterback on a big pay, then you probably can only afford one other big one. But we already got Xavier Howard, and Tunsil is coming up, and the third one would be a Clowney. Nothing would be wrong with that. Nothing would be wrong with the 3 players 45, because it still gives you a good average, because since we have so many young players and we're drafting well, a lot of $1 to $2 million contracts. Look at players like Egwavon that we can lock in for 4 years and get good $1 million a year. We got a few of those guys on this roster, so it'll make it all fit. And then you could stack the rest of the roster with 7s and 8s. So that's all fine. But it's when you get to talk about give Rashad his money, give Steele his money, give the quarterback his money, give Tunsil his money, give Xavier Howard his money, give Bobby McCain his money, now give Fitzpatrick his money. Oh, Drake deserves a little more than something. No, you can't. But the good thing is we're in a position right now where we have the assets, and here's why. We stacked with draft picks. We got a ton of cash next year. We got all these expendable players. Kenny Stills is expendable. Kiko Alonso is expendable. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, Raekwon McMillan has been in conversations, especially with the emergence of some of these other linebackers right now. Some might even argue Kiko Alonso could get cut. Some could even argue that Kiko could get cut. Just on Saturday, that's the crazy thing. Nobody's talking about that either. 4 days from now, revelation. 4 days from now, ain't no more questions. Ain't no more questions. It's about to go down. And I expect one surprise. Somebody may not be on this roster. Somebody may not, and I ain't talking about just the trade, might even be cut. And that's real talk, man. 4 days from now, every team is required to hit that button that says 53-man roster. Here you go, NFL. It's official. They are required to submit their 53-man roster to the NFL and elect practice squad players if they agree. I haven't seen the player that was hyped coming out of college. He hasn't lived up to his first-round hype. Hey, who was that? Let me know. He had one great play in college. Tunsil fell to us by the grace of the football gods, and y'all want to trade him. Who say we want to trade him? What are you talking about, Robert? I don't understand what you're does. By the grace of the football gods. That's all correct. But the last part of that, y'all want to trade him. Who said that? I don't think anybody said that we want to trade Laramie Tunsil. We're talking about the rumbling news that's out here about it's possible for Jadeveon Clowney. That it's possible for Jadeveon Clowney. But for the life of me, what I want to understand is if you could trade your greatest player for a greater player, arguably, I'm just saying a greater player, what's the issue here? I think Rashad Jones won't be here by Saturday. That's interesting because reports say that coaches gave him assurances that they won't be trading him. And we're not going to cut him with all that dead cap. Oop. That would be counterproductive. And we released TJ McDonald. I really don't see the logic in Rashad Jones not being here. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me see something. One second, guys. Just pulling something up real quick. Subscribe and hit that like button. Jadeveon Clowney is always hurt. Okay. Right. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Somebody said Jadeveon Clowney is always hurt. Now, it really irks me whenever I hear stuff like that, and it's just straight up false. It's just straight up false. It's just not true that this man is always hurt. In 2014, his rookie year, he played 4 games as a linebacker. Was a rookie. In 2015, he played 13 games at linebacker. In 2016, he played 14 games and contributed into the playoffs. In 2017, he played 16 games. Last year, he missed 1 game. So when we look at the last 3 years when he actually became a defensive end and solidified his spot as a dual threat defensive end and linebacker, when he was a cornerstone finally off of those first and second year where they were working them out, getting them to where they wanted them. The last 3 years, why do we say he's so injury prone? Why do we say he can't stay on the field? What are we talking about? Out of 48 games, he only missed 3. He played 45 out of 48 games in the last 3 years. So I don't understand that, man. He can't stay on the field. He's always hurt. He played 45 out of 48 games. My issue is how effective he will be as a pass rusher with J.J. Watt on the opposite side of him. Oh, I think are you saying without J.J. Watt on the opposite side of him? Or with J.J. Watt on the opposite side of him? I'm not sure what you meant by that. Played more than Rashad Jones. Facts. Why somebody talk about interceptions? That ain't even make sense. He ain't even know. Oh my gosh. How many sacks though? In his career, 29. But in the last 3 years, 24 and a half. That's 8 per season in the last 3 years. Technically, he's actually getting better and better. The last 2 years, he had 9 each. But that's not even what it's about. Flores is the first one to tell you. He doesn't have to get 10 sacks, though, great one. Flores will be the first one to tell you. His most successful defensive year was his least sack season where nobody had more than 10. Matter of fact, I even gave y'all a stat recently in the last, I don't know if it was 10 or 20 years, but either way, it's great. The Patriots have only had 3 defenders that had 10 sacks in the last 10 or 20 years, but I'm going to say 10 to go worst case scenario, which that's still beautiful. They've only had 3 players with 10 plus sacks. But he was Watt taking the double team, so how good is Clowney really? Hey, it doesn't matter because our defensive tackles right now are taking double and triple teams. Somewhere on that line, you got to command a double or triple team and let everybody else eat. Right now, our defensive tackles are doing that. They're doing that. And the reality is this man keeps going at the quarterback. He doesn't stop. If hand and face, it may not be a sack, pressure. And truth be told, what y'all fail to realize is Jadeveon Clowney's bread and butter is disruption, not the numbers. Oh, he made the quarterback hurry up and get rid of it. Don't show up in the stat sheet unless you're looking at rushes, like hurry ups and stuff like that. But who looks at those stats? He's perfect for what Flores always talks about. I don't need a guy to sack. I need a guy to disrupt a play, disrupt the quarterback. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you who he would actually pair very beautifully with. Playing the D-line and linebacker position, being able to wonder which one is he coming from, linebacker or defensive line. So we're walking around out there having fun. He would pair so good with what Jerome Baker is doing right now, man. Oh, my gosh. And then that'll elevate Egwavon even more. See, I'm not naive. I ain't no fool. Jerome Baker is playing so well that he's even making it easier for Egwavon. That's why Egwavon's been up in every play. The better these guys are, the better they're making each other. And you bring in a Clowney, now it's like, where is it coming from? Where is it going to come from? I saw a replay analysis the other day, and they depicted Jerome Baker, how he read a pull and shot the gap and blew up a play for -2 yards. And I was like, Jerome Baker done took the next step. He wasn't doing this last year. Jerome Baker has taken a whole new level to the linebacker play. This guy's playing elite football. Preseason, call it what you want. No, we talk about intangibles. We talk about reading the defense. It was a play, if y'all haven't seen it, where Jerome Baker is sitting there in the linebacker position watching the play. He sees the wide receiver in motion coming skinny to the line. So he already know 90% of the time this is a run play. So he get on his toes and start leaning forward. They hike the ball, he already coming forward, but he ain't just coming forward. He's also always looking at that left guard. He coming forward looking at the left guard, or left guard pulling, bam, let me hit that hole. The left guard is going to pass the hole that I'm going to hit, but I'm going to wait until he passes it and shoot in there. And he shot in there -2 yards. It was a thing of beauty, reading the defense. We got a motion by the receiver, skinny to the line, tight to the left tackle, run. Let me go and start leaning forward. Ball hiked, keep my eyes on both guards. Left guard, right guard is pulling to the left side. Let me find the first gap, because the left guard always is usually always going to the third gap. He's passing the center, passing the guard, coming between the guard and tackle as a lead. But I'm going to go between the center and the right guard, since they occupy with the tackle, and I'm going to shoot this gap. He read that thing beautifully, man. Did his thing, man. It was a thing of beauty, and you wonder why he's always at the line of scrimmage on every play, because he's playing real good, sound linebacker football, reading the D. See, linebackers in the run game, they have some responsibilities. First of all, read the formation based off of your scouting and your scouting report and your filming. Read the formation. Watch the motion. Is it a motion across the field? Is it a motion just coming in the slot, or is it a motion skinny to the line? 90% of the time, if it's to the line, it's a run to that side. Watch the guards. Is anybody pulling? If they're pulling, I got to be able to fit the gap that they're not pulling to, because if I hit the gap that they're pulling to, it's just me and them one-on-one, and I'm trying to stuff it, and I might lose that battle. A linebacker against a guard, linebacker's supposed to lose that battle. I got to shoot the gap before the one he's pulling to, but be there in time to shoot it. Because if I'm late, I'm going to shoot in there and the running back's already going to be passed. And that's a big play. You got to read all these things. while hoping it's not a play action. While hoping it's not play action. Man. We need an O-line, TD. We don't need nothing on defense. Why do you think that, man? People acting like Watt took all those double teams and wasn't played with injuries. True, it's true. What up, Insanity? I see you. See, that's the problem with the defensive-minded coach. Everybody know you have to have a solid left tackle, get rid of the trash. Jesse Davis, get a real right tackle. Man, here's how I look at it. If we were to make a deal for Jadeveon Clowney for Laramie Tunsil, listen, I'm telling y'all now, they're stacking this defense so that you'll survive and stay in games. I know it was a preseason game, but it's no different from the Buccaneers game. Going into halftime, 6-3. Us up. Defense shutting out the other team. See, we underestimate that huge factor. If you can stop the other team from scoring, you ain't got to have an elite offense. You don't have to have the best offense. Some might even argue you play the field position game and you grind it out. You grind it out, man. And then some would also say if your defense that good, they're also going to generate points for you. The defense is going to generate points. TD, we just cut 2. We cut 2 more players. Let me see if I see that real quick, and I'll talk to y'all about it. Let me type it in. Oh, we're gonna be purging a lot of people every day that it don't even make sense. Why even waste our time? That's what's gonna be happening. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, but I guess it'll pop up soon. I'm not seeing the 2 that we cut, if that's the case. TD, do not trade Tunsil. Dolphins offensive tackle Jordan Mills, tight end Clive Walford with injury settlements. Those guys with injuries, they ain't even wasting their time. That's why I said, y'all believe it or not, Kiko, man, I hope he get out on that field. We need to trade Fitzpatrick to the coach for Eric Ebron or Quincy Wilson. We would, listen, the coach ain't stupid. The coach finna sit there. They finna go. The coach about to go get that number 1 overall pick and have no shame about it. The Colts are about to go get the number 1 overall pick and have no shame about it. I would be shocked if they made a major deal to bring in somebody that could actually win them a lot of games. The Colts are about to go get that number 1 overall pick. Now, if we see them trade for Tannehill or something like that, then, hey, they still want to go. Oh, my God. That would be crazy. And they got a quarterback that, is reasonable enough. So all that tank for Tua, first of all, y'all know we ain't tanking. If we lose every game, we ain't try to. We didn't try to. So I'm going to tell you now, the odds are your boy Tua might be right there in Indianapolis. Colts are going to get Eli at all. I mean, why would they get an aged quarterback when they have to be looking for their future now? Unless he's just a insert like Fitzpatrick is for us. But even an insert, you got to have your young guy on the roster. So even if they got Eli, they might still go get to him. Brissett can sling the football, though. People forget that they had a terrible offensive line 2 years ago, and he kept them in games. We about to find out. No question about it. If Colts get Tannehill, I'm going to that game. Man, I might be there too. The Colts are going to get Eli. Watch. Well, didn't the Giants name Eli the starter? That would be a change of course all of a sudden. Eli balling out in training camp, and all of a sudden they're like, Eli will start. Dolphins cut Mills. Listen. Is that news? Is it news? Is it something to say, whoa, guys, the Dolphins just cut Jordan Mills? Man, I'm a diehard Dolphin. I want both good offense and great defense. Why waste this ridiculous talent and speed at wide receiver position? QB position needs time to throw, bro. Now, I get you. You're correct. But that still ain't guaranteeing us to get in the end zone with the offensive line that we have now. So what good is it if we can put up a few points, but we can't stop other teams from putting up a lot? I mean, I think we're going to stop them, but Clowney would definitely solidify and guarantee that. The game of football starts on the defensive side of the ball. You have to be able to stop what'll beat you. Points. You have to be able to stop points. Not trade them. How ironic. We were supposed to suck for luck. Colts get him. They think he might tank for Tua, and the Colts get him. Interesting. I know, right? I know. I think the Andrew Luck retirement was hinting that the Colts said they weren't trading Brissett in the offseason when I wanted the Dolphins to make that trade. That wouldn't have been a bad trade, especially at this point. No O-line also gets your QB hit. Yep. O-line should be number one priority. Okay. I agree. Good Isaiah Prince time. Tannehill still getting sacked against the Steelers. What do you mean? Brissett ain't no bum, dude. Can straight sling. Oh, I never said he was a bum. Tell Peyton Manning that I think 21 points wins us most games this year. True. I just hope we can get 21. Juan Payton didn't have a defense in Denver. My biggest what if is, what if Jesse Davis gets hurt? I can come up with a scenario in which we will have a couple backups or depth on the right side. Capable backups or depth on the right side. That's fair, but you know what? Like I said, let's wait till this dust settle. Let's wait till all the cuts happen. See, Greer and them sitting back right now, like on Saturday. See, what we don't realize is when we release our depth chart, well, technically, we'll know our depth chart Friday. We'll know our depth chart Friday. We'll know it Thursday night after the game. But Friday, they'll know their depth chart, right? And then Saturday, as soon as all depth charts are released and all cuts and waivers are made, the Dolphins, right on Saturday, are working. The team ain't going to be there. They probably going to have off Saturday. But all the coaching staff, front office, everybody's at the facilities working. They're sitting there like, we got our 53. We ain't worrying about that. Y'all handle those contracts. Y'all know what y'all got to do. We have to work now. Oh, my gosh. All right. We literally got over 1,000 players that were just released. And some of them are no different than the TJ McDonald. Good player. We released them early, though. But good player can make an NFL roster. We'll go find the work and make an NFL roster. But you have that at right guard, left guard, defensive end, and cornerback. You have that all around the league. People that got released that are capable, better than some of the options we got now. That's why I'm telling y'all, don't worry. Hey, we still, offseason ain't over. Offseason moves ain't over. On Saturday, they're scavenging through. See, and then here's the messed up part. They're going to submit a 53-man roster, right? But that 53-man is really more like a 47. They just got 4 players on there that they're probably notifying, hey, we actually have some guys that we want to bring in, but we want to make you a part of the 53, and then we're going to end up waiving you, and then I give you the option to join the practice squad or not. And if things don't work out, we're going to keep you on the 53. And they're going to be out there, okay, who got cut? Oh my gosh, they cut that cornerback. He's pretty good. He's better than the options we have, or he is definitely going to provide great depth for us. They let go of that right guard. They got an offensive lineman for days over there, but they got some good talent. They couldn't keep him because he's not a practice squad guy. He knows he's better than that. Bring him in. Let's go. Let's see if we can get him over here. All of that, man. How many years have Brady had worse defense in league and winning the Super Bowl? One, he never had the worst defense in the league. He never had the worst defense in the league. Anybody who tells you that is absolutely false. Never had the worst defense in the league. Do you think Isaiah Ford makes the team? No, I really don't. At this point, I don't. Y'all give me a second. He good? Oh, okay. Y'all going to the park? I'll go. Yeah. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, just 1 minute. All right, my bad, guys. Practice squad. Patrick Lair might actually make this roster, man. And I'm about to get ready to go to the park with the family, man. Have a good day, TD. Gotta go take care of brother. God bless you. See you later. All right, man. You, Flexing, and Doug should do a collab. Hey, I'm always down, man. It ain't me. You got to talk to those guys. I know Doug is down, so you got to talk to the rest of those guys. Mills and Walford getting cut saved us $4 million. Yep. Cap space. What's going on? No problem, TD. Family first. Yeah, man. They getting ready for the park now. They getting mad because the trains were taken from them. Got them a new train set, and they've just been going crazy about it. And now it was taken, and now they're flipping out. Finsanity, when you doing your show? Hey, Finsanity gonna hit me up, man. We're gonna bring another one, y'all. Is Kenny Stills gonna get traded from, you think? No, but it's possible. It's possible. Spence out. What's up, bro? Think Preston still makes the squad? Yeah, Preston Williams will make this team. Because that'll be a problem if they don't, because another team will pick him up. He's not going to elect to stay on this practice squad when his talent would suggest that he should be on a roster. But yeah, not at all, man. But it's your boy TD for TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, man. We're about to go to the park. Well, I hope so. We're about to get them ready to go to the park. I will see y'all in a little bit. If anything crazy comes up, I'll come back live, even if I'm at the park. But we shall see, man. 4 players cut. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna go check out those players. If any of them are major, I'll lobby to for them to go to the park. We'll see. But I'll see y'all in a little bit, man. It's your boy TD from TD Fans Talk. Talk to y'all soon. Peace. I'm out.